last year we planted these green giant arborvitae, which they looked beautiful last year. Nice and green and healthy. The foliage was even greener than this, but we failed to do one thing, and it's kind of a pain. This is about 400 feet away from any available water by a water hose, so you would actually have to bring water to this tree and water it. One thing that evergreens do not like is dry falls and dry winters, especially with high winds. They will completely desiccate and dry out this plant. For example, this plant has not been watered, so it's already drying out. You can see this Leyland cypress should be nice and straight, but it's already drying out. The root ball is extremely dry. In most cases, plants that are grown for the consumer are in a very lightweight mix, so the trucking costs or the trucks are not overweight when filled with potted plants. So this plant has a lot of bark, has a little bit of peat moss, very dry, doesn't hold a lot of water. So when you plant this in the ground and you don't water it, by the end of the winter, you might end up with something like this. And looking at this, you could tell this is dead. It snaps, and you could hear it snap, and the foliage just comes off. One thing about evergreens, different than other plants that lose leaves, an evergreen may keep its nice green foliage for 3 months after the damage is done. So this plant 6 to 3 months ago may have completely dried out, but it still looks nice and green. All of a sudden, when warm weather comes, it turns brown like this. So it is important that, and even this, you would want to water this plant too. Now, if I watered this plant with about 2 or 3 inches of water, or 3 gallons, it's going to stand straight up in about an hour. So very important. So during the winter months, when it's so dry, it's going to blow over. So during the winter months, you're going to come in and you're going to irrigate the root ball, a little bit of mulch. Only 2 or 3 inches of mulch should be put down. You don't want what I call volcano mulching, where people mulch this high. That is very detrimental to certain evergreens like Leyland cypress. I live in between Waynesboro and Stanton in the Shenandoah Valley. My name is Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.